tonight?
I think Rangers might sit in defensively and hit in the counter-attack. I think it'll be a 1-1 draw tonight, Jim.
Trevor, Stephen?
Well, a decimated squad for Celtic. I think that plays into Rangers' hands, and I'll go for a Rangers win.
OK, Celtic Rangers. Let's join our commentary team, Ian Crocker and David Provan.
Thank you, Jim. Well, before we get going, you may all like to pause for breath. There's a good chance you won't be able to again for about 90 minutes or so, because the deadliest of deadly rivals, the Giants of Glasgow, are about to collide. Celtic are utterly decimated by injuries, with Gould, Blinker, Burley, McNamara, McKinley and Mialby all amongst the casualties. If this game had been played yesterday, Paul Lambert wouldn't have made it either, but they patched him up and he takes the captain's armband with Tom Boyd suspended. Stubbs, Mahi and Pratt back all return to the starting lineup, and Scott Marshall, on loan from Southampton, is thrown in at the deep end for his Celtic debut. Tommy Johnson, out injured for a year, makes the bench.
Well, they don't come any bigger, Ian, and what a night it's going to be for Scott Marshall. I thought that Joseph Englos would have played Vida Reset in that back three and bring Simon Donnelly in, but Marshall comes in and he'll play in a back three in which I think Rico Annone will pick up Gabriel Amato. I think Annone has the physical stature to do that job. Further forward, I think Weghorst and Lambert, although Lambert, we're told, isn't 100% fit, will be absolutely crucial. They'll go head-to-head with Alberts and Van Bronckhorst, and I think the outcome of that contest will really have a great bearing on this match. The real problem, though, for Rangers tonight is what to do with this man, Henrik Larsson. Normally plays one of a front two, playing in the hole tonight, much in the same position that Rod Wallace will play for Rangers, and it gives Dick Advocaat a decision to make. Does he let Larsson roam in that area, or does he go man for man on him?
There's no Andrei Kanchelskis for Rangers. He's suffering from a virus, but Neil McCann, George Alberts and Tony Vidmar have all recovered from injuries. Gabriel Amato, not surprisingly, keeps his place after a man-of-the-match performance against Aberdeen last week, and he was an inspiration too in the New Year Old Firm derby. American international captain Claudio Reyna gets his first taste of an Old Firm derby. He's been itching for this day, but then haven't we all?
Yeah, it looks to be a straight 4-4-1-1 system by Dick Advocaat. He finished with a 3 against Aberdeen last Sunday, starts with a 4 tonight, and I would expect to see Colin Hendry pick up Marco Viduka. We know the physical presence that Viduka has, and we all saw what a marvellous job Hendry did on Oliver Bierhoff in Bremen in midweek. I think Hendry will pick him up. This man here, Claudio Reyna, we're told was an anchor man in midfield. I think he may start right, but it wouldn't surprise me if he takes the full shift in here, plays in front of his back four and picks up Henrik Larsson. Neil McCann wide left will be the out ball for Rangers tonight, and I think as much as possible we'll try to get him tramping on to Vida Reset.
You are about to witness something rather special. The Old Firm derby. Wonderful to watch. This showdown will be watched indeed by millions of people in almost 120 countries around the globe. Such is the magnitude of this match. It's one of the biggest fixtures in world football. It's always a momentous occasion when these two meet, but today, of course, there's a tantalising twist in the tale. Victory for Rangers would clinch the championship, and on the ground of their fierce rivals. The Celtic fans, Rangers reclaiming the title would be bad enough, but to do it here, we're talking worst nightmares. But how the blue side of Glasgow would relish the moment if it does happen. It could be a derby day that will be talked about forever. A day that may deserve its own chapter in the enticing, intriguing, amazing story of Old Firm rivalry. Just soak up a little of the awesome atmosphere. Prepare yourself for Britain's biggest club match at Britain's biggest club ground. The lucky 60,000 inside Celtic Park at their loudest and proudest. Listen to the noise, feel the tension, and experience the passion of Old Firm Derby Day. It's Celtic against Rangers. evening is upon us. Temperatures are falling elsewhere, but not in the East End of Glasgow. Oh no, temperatures here are rising and rising and rising. Was in charge of Rangers last league victory over Celtic here, on their way to 9 in a row a couple of seasons ago. 8 yellow cards, 2 red cards in that game. Just your typical old firm fare. He'll also referee the Scottish Cup final between these teams at the end of the month. Celtic aiming to go through a season without losing to Rangers for the first time in 11 years. All very good in the Pride Stakes, but in the prize stakes, Rangers are very much in the driving seat as they target a tremendous treble. There's no point getting comfortable in your seat, by the way. You'll only be using the edge of it. In 1967, Rangers drew with Celtic at Ibrox, a result that meant Celtic clinched the title. 32 years on, is it payback time? And a free kick for Celtic will be fouled by Rayner on Weghorst.
Yeah, there'll be a few fiercely contested tussles early on, and I think it's important that Hugh Dallas, the best referee we have in this country, stamps his authority, and I think that's an indication that he's likely to do that.
Mahi taking on Perini. Mario Rayner there as well. Still Mahi. An obstruction on Van Bronckhorst by Weghorst.
Yeah, he was never getting to the ball and made an early decision to body check Gio Van Bronckhorst. I don't think it'll be long before Hugh Dallas will produce a yellow card. I think they'll want to give an early message to the players here tonight. There's only so much he's going to let them away with.
It's going to be fast, fierce, but fascinating. Mahi. Viduka. Up towards Bratman. Vidmar was impeded by Viduka.
Yeah, certainly was impeded there. You see the physical strength of Marco Viduka here. And clearly using the arm to fend off Tony Vidmar. Neil McCann has actually started this game playing through the middle, much the same role that he played for Scotland against the Czech Republic on this very ground just a couple of weeks ago.
Viduka and Vidmar opponents today, but teammates at international level with Australia. Alberts making excellent progress. Here's McCann, and he's tried to pick out Wallace. Oh, and it cannoned off Ononi. And back into the hands of Kerr.
Yeah, Stefan Mai does superbly well here. Neil McCann skins Rico Ononi here. Takes him on the outside. And look at Mai, the outstretched leg. Rod Wallace had a tap in otherwise.
Not surprisingly, whilst we were watching that replay, the ball quickly went from one end to the other. And now Sergio Perini has conceded a Celtic corner. It's a bit like that in the Old Firm games. Stefan Klos, who hasn't looked at his most comfortable on crosses. As the likes of Stubbs to contend with here. Weghorst prepares to swing the corner in. But he won't be able to do it yet because the referee has spotted a bit of over-the-top jostling. I think they're stuck together, those two. Weghorst, in the end, saw his corner cleared by Amato. Weghorst with a real high-hanging cross. Cross managed to punch it clear. And a free kick now going to Rangers. Lambert penalised.
Yeah, well, we're all surprised that Paul Lambert was going to play in this game in the first place here. Really not 100% fit, and he catches Rod Wallace just as he's going down there. It's a trailing leg.
Dr. Joe Venglos, unbeaten against Rangers this season. He It's 11 years since Celtic managed to go through a campaign without losing to their arch rivals in the league. A Dutchman won the title last season, of course. That was Wim Jansen with Celtic, and Dick Advocaat follows suit with Rangers.
Well, he's been under real pressure. If you spend £36 million to win the Scottish Championship and you come up short, you're going to take some stick in this town, I'll tell you. And he must have been feeling the pressure in recent weeks.
He's a real no-nonsense character, and he's watching a real no-nonsense contest. Bronkhorst to take this Rangers free kick. Hendry yet to score for Rangers. This would be a heck of a time. In from Van Bronckhorst, but that will drift away. Disappointingly from a Rangers point of view, but delightfully from a Celtic point of view.
Yeah, it was a chance to put Stuart Kerr under pressure, and he still really has to get his first touch in the game. And it was just played in too deep there by Giovanni Van Bronckhorst.
Duca. Weghorst trying to escape the crowd of Rangers players around him. Stubbs. Scott Marshall. That's a picture of a pass that Larson can sneak in. Vidmar just did enough and is assisted by Van Bronckhorst, who takes the direct route up to Neil McCann. And Anoni was alert to his presence.
Yeah, Rico Anoni seems to have been given the marking job on Neil McCann, and given McCann's form recently, it's going to be a demanding night for him. But he is very good at the man marking job, and clearly he's done it many a time in Italy.
Celtic's 5-1 win here in November. It's their biggest victory over Rangers for 33 years. Tony Vidmar missed last week's game against Aberdeen with a leg injury. Van Bronckhorst slice it through here to Rod Wallace, and it's in from McCann, and Rangers have the lead. And are they edging towards the title? Neil McCann is buried underneath his celebrating teammates.
Yeah, it all came from a good early ball from George Alberts to release Giovanni Van Bronckhorst here on the left. Rod Wallace wanted it in behind and got it, and nobody picked up Neil McCann at the front post. And although he's stretching, it's well controlled. All he's trying to do is get it on target, and nobody picked up McCann's run to the front post there. A well-worked move by Rangers, and a good finish from Neil McCann, who looks as sharp as a tack tonight.
Rangers draw first blood. Vidmar. McCann and Marshall on the chase for this, and it's a free kick to Rangers. Marshall fended him off unfairly.
Yeah, I mean, he tried to usher the ball out of play, and so often we see defenders getting the benefit of the doubt here. But it was a long way from the goal line when he tried to hold McCann off, and I think Hugh Dallas is right there.
Reina will take this free kick, and Celtic on the rack a little bit here. Already a goal down and having to contend with this. Although, to be fair, it wasn't much to contend with in the end. Another free kick going Rangers' way.
Yeah, Harold Brackback just getting a bit carried away in the early part of the match here. Rod Wallace just fending him off, and the arm goes over the neck of Rod Wallace. Wallace just using his body strength there to hold the Norwegian off.
Reset. How will Celtic, severely depleted Celtic, respond to that Neil McCann goal? Here he is again, McCann. Now Wallace. It's going to be another Rangers free kick. Much to the frustration of Stefan Mahi and co.
Yeah, Celtic just losing their discipline here, and this will be a yellow card for dissent. And I don't think it's for the challenge, I think it's for the mouthing afterwards. And he claimed that Wallace used his right elbow, and he appeared to there, but the reaction of Mahi was unacceptable. And you just don't get away with this dissent when Hugh Dallas is in charge. The right elbow does go up, and he does have a point, but it was his reaction after that. I think he talked himself into a yellow card there.
Well, he got sent off in one of the Old Firm games last season. Definite dissent from Mahi. First yellow card of the game. There's a chance there might be some more. Lambert is now getting spoken to as well. He was also leading the Celtic protests in a rather fierce manner. Alberts lining this one up. Stuart Kerr knows what is coming. In fact, he doesn't, because Alberts fooled everyone, including perhaps his own teammates, and I'm sure that worked on the training ground in midweek.
Well, you wouldn't be surprised to see George Alberts trying his luck from that distance. He's trying to knock it into Matteo's feet, but Scott Marshall did a good job in picking him up.
Viduka. Alberts. Lambert's challenge. Viduka. There's a bit of space for Risev. Can he exploit it? Mahi. Mahi, he's inside Perini. Stefan Mahi! And Kloss just got his fingertips of that. It looked for a moment like it might sneak through.
Yeah, he did well to work the space. He just wrong foots Perini here, but he's coming onto his weaker right side. And it's not, in all honesty, an effort that was going to beat Stefan Kloss.
Here's Mr. Versatile, Vidar Risev. Played in every position bar keeper in his career. Wouldn't be surprised if that happened one day. Larsson. Back, the only man in the middle at the moment. Viduka, and here's Weghorst! Oh! A matter of an inch, perhaps.
Well, he timed his forward run to perfection here. And he's in behind Tony Vidmar. Stefan Kloss closes him down quickly, but he has to hit the target there. He has to at least Stefan Kloss make a save, and he's dragged it wide. But more encouraging from Celtic, both in the chance that Stefan Mahi had a moment ago, and now Morten Weghorst.
Mahi's header. Lovely touch that from McCann. It's released. Rod Wallace. Amato and McCann in the middle. Here's McCann again. Goal kick, and only just doing enough to put him off.
It's a great front post run again though from Neil McCann. As the ball comes in, he's stolen a yard on Rico Annoni, and although he doesn't get it on target, he's under pressure from the Italian. It's another terrific run by Neil McCann. Now they'll be disappointed in the manner the goal was lost. Nobody picked up Rod Wallace, and Neil McCann was unchallenged when he finished it off.
Stubbs his free kick. Powerfully met by Amoruso. These two meeting at the start of May, as they will at the end of May in the Scottish Cup final at Hampden Park. Bradback. Mahi. Viduka. Free kick, and it's going to be a card for Amoruso, is it? No, it's... might be a little warning, maybe.
Yeah, that's the danger for Lorenzo Amoruso, that he gets a yellow card early on. And he doesn't take any of the ball there. And the fear for Amoruso would be if he were to pick up a yellow card, could he get through the rest of the contest with Viduka without being shown a second one?
Well, he wasn't shown a card that time, but the offence would have been noted. Larsson's free kick. Track back was the nearest man to it, but it was headed away by Hendrick. Anoni. Lambert. Marshall. Reset. And Reset has got away from Van Bronckhorst, and he's delivered a decent cross. Stubbs is in there. Oh. Straight into the rather grateful gloves of Klos.
Yeah, he had Marco Viduka at the back post. Reset does well to get away from Van Bronckhorst. A good deep cross. And look at Viduka at the back post, completely unmarked. And Stubbs just couldn't find the angle to put him in. Stefan Klos under no real pressure there, but Marco Viduka knew that had it been squared to him.
A late challenge then by Vidmar on Reset is going to bring a card.
Yeah, and he's unhappy about it, but he certainly did catch Vidar Reset late here as he switched the play from one side of the pitch to the other. Just plays it away here with the outside of his right foot. And he's taken late by Vidmar, the hand goes up.
Well, Vidar Reset. Well, Perini is also down as the ball went over towards the touchline. He was challenged as well. Reset now on his feet. Perini about to follow suit. Two bodies sprawled out. Pretty normal, really, for this game.
Well, every 50-50 is so fiercely contested. And so far, I think Hugh Dallas has handled it all superbly well.
Of Tony Vidmar's yellow card, joining Stefan Mahi in Hugh Dallas's notebook of naughty names. Here is Mahi. And a foul by McCann.
Well, Stefan Mahi has to calm down here. And more often than not, it's his mouth that gets him into bother.
He's off. It's Mahi, I think, for his retaliation then and his dissent. Just as you were saying, Davey, that he should learn to keep his mouth shut. He's gone back to have a pop at Hugh Dallas, and his teammates have got to get Stefan Mahi away because he's losing it here big time.
Yeah, he's losing it. He's also losing it for his teammates as well, because he's left Celtic with a real uphill struggle now. McCann booked for the initial challenge, and Mahi was entitled to be unhappy with it. But his reaction was completely unacceptable, and Celtic have to get him out of there.
Stefan Mahi is sent off in an Old Firm match for the second season running. 2 yellow cards, both for dissent, and that is simply foolish.
Well, this isn't a young boy we're talking about here. This is a seasoned professional. And he knows the implications of being sent off. And it was a late tackle from Neil McCann here. Mahi had won the ball. He just tries to check back here, Mahi. And he's caught late, fair enough. But you have to get on with it. And it's something he says to Hugh Dallas here. And he's telling Hugh Dallas he has to boot Neil McCann. And I have to say, on reflection, and looking at that, it is harsh. But he should know on a yellow card, he's treading thin ice, he has to keep his mouth shut. And he's chanced his arm with Hugh Dallas, and he's picked the wrong referee.
Well, everybody is so fired up for an occasion like this. But Stefan Mahi was a little too fired up. And he is distraught as he leaves the field of play. He's in tears.
I think you can see what it means to him. You have to draw the line though between wearing your heart on your sleeve and losing it, and he just lost it there completely.
So Celtic are down to 10 men. Oh, it's Stefan Klos, and here's reset. The initial header from Stubbs, saved by the keeper, and then scrambled behind.
Oh, it's the chance for reset though. That was the real chance. Klos did well to get across the Stubbs header. Golden chance for reset as it breaks to him though. Klos under pressure, and he snatched at it and took his eye off it.
Well, this is a game that always lives up to its billing. Extraordinary excitement. 10 men Celtic, trailing Rangers.
It's a rewrite of the script 20 years ago, Ian, when Celtic clinched the title here with 10 men against Rangers. I wouldn't bet at the moment on history rewriting itself.
You played in that game, in that 4-2 win. Did you have a good game?
Of course I did. That was silly.
Neil McCann picked up a yellow card as a result of his challenge on Mahi, who also got a yellow card, but it was his second of the game. And that, as we all know, equals red. And Mahi looked ready, really, to almost assault Hugh Dallas. Quiet evening for Hugh then. Tarini up towards Claudio Reyna, but Annoni came across, made it his, couldn't keep it in though.
I just wonder how much longer Celtic can play at this pace with only 10 men. And Rangers will sit in now and pace themselves, and they're always liable to hit Celtic on the break should Celtic continue to commit so many players forward.
Well, in the 5-1 Celtic victory here in November, Rangers had a player sent off in the first half, Scott Wilson. This time around, it's happened to Celtic with Stefan Mahi ordered off. 2 yellow cards, both for dissent, and that really, when you're playing professionally at this level, is ridiculous.
Yeah, Sergio Perini was just away there from Morten Vekost, and late challenge from Vekost, and it's either a free kick or a corner out there.
It's going to be a free kick. No, it is a corner, I think. Rangers thought it might be a free kick. Hugh Dallas just telling Van Bronckhorst that we have to go back a couple of yards. Oh, it is a free kick after all. I'll take it all back.
Oh no, we've got a supporter on the pitch here.
Oh dear. The stewards are quickly on. And this really is what was feared a little, but with this game being shown around the globe, just what we didn't need. It's quickly been dealt with, to be fair. Right, it is a free kick. It's going to be taken eventually, I promise you.
Oh, Hugh Dallas has been hit here.
Hugh Dallas has been hit by something. And these are shocking scenes at Celtic Park.
Well, they put us all to shame, these scenes, Ian, and however hard we try to clean it up, the atmosphere at this fixture is nothing short of poisonous at times. And if you have people as irresponsible as this, what can you do with them? And Hugh Dallas out there for 250 quid or whatever, and he hardly deserves that, does he?
Not only that, he's done a very good job under difficult circumstances so far in this game. And that is a real nasty gash for Hugh Dallas. He'll be patched up and he'll get on with it, I would imagine. Well, returning to football matters, a reminder that tomorrow we go from the top two in Scotland to the bottom two. Hearts against Dunfermline. A vital contest in the battle for survival. 5 o'clock, Sky Sports 1 tomorrow. Well, words almost fail you after an incident like that. Van Bronckhorst with the free kick. And a penalty has been given, I think. Vidmar went down. A recess challenge on him and a penalty. There's some confusion as to what is happening here.
Yeah, it's whipped into the back post. You can see Reset his arms round Tony Vidmar there. I don't think he needed a lot of encouragement to go down, but the hands round the waist there. And he goes down. You can't question Hugh Dallas's courage in giving the decision.
Well, there's another fan come on now, and this is getting absolutely desperate. This is becoming a really sorry day for football. And perhaps in this day and age, the passions involved in this game run far, far too high. It's a penalty to Rangers, and that means George Albertz. Up steps the hammer, but he doesn't hammer it. He's side-footed into the corner, and Rangers are closing in on the new Scottish Premier League trophy.
Yeah, the perfect penalty there from George Albertz. Didn't go for power, went for precision this time and just knocked it inside the left-hand post. Fine penalty. Stuart Kerr guessing the wrong way. Good penalty from Albertz. And we'll have some more commotion, I'm afraid.
Yes, I'm afraid whilst we're watching that, yet another fan has come onto the pitch at the end where Stuart Kerr's goal is. George Albertz with his 19th of the season, but the football, I'm afraid, is becoming incidental because fans are running on left, right and centre, being carted off by police and stewards. The referee, Hugh Dallas, hit by an object, perhaps a coin, and he needed to be patched up with blood pouring from a wound. What can you say, David?
Well, it's not sport, is it? I just wonder what the foreigners out there are thinking of this. And they come over here and they enrich your game, and they must wonder if it's all worthwhile at times.
Rangers are heading towards the championship here, but remarkably, that might not make the headlines. Perhaps sadly, more than remarkably. Whistle goes for half-time, and sadly, for Scottish football and the game in general, Hugh Dallas, the referee, was hit by an object, it seemed, and he needed treatment with blood streaming from a head wound. Several fans ran on the pitch, but let's concentrate on the football aspect here. Rangers have the title in their sight after Neil McCann prodded in Rod Wallace's cross. And then just after Hugh Dallas had been hit and had treatment, he made a very brave decision of awarding a penalty for recess challenge there on Vidmar. George Albertz was cool, calm and composed. Not many others have been, sadly, inside Celtic Park this evening. At half-time in this old firm derby, it's Celtic 0, Rangers 2.
Celtic Rangers, the second half, it's 2-0 Rangers. Let's rejoin Ian Crocker.
Thank you, Jim. Well, Hugh Dallas will start the second half, and he's had 4 stitches in the head wound resulted from being hit by a coin. It should have been a spectacular sporting event, and a mindless, moronic minority have had their say. For goodness sake, let's hope we can concentrate on the football in this second half. Viduka. Celtic must produce a comeback of epic proportions, and that's a shocker from Viduka. He's given it straight to Albert. Amato wants it played ahead of him. Gabriel Amato. And between them, Anoni and Stubbs sorted out that particular problem.
Yeah, it all came from a slack pass from Marco Viduka trying to switch the play at Pete Albertson. And playing with 10 men is going to be hard enough without giving the ball away as Chu plays that.
Viduka took a rather long saga to bring him to Celtic. 8 goals in 9 games, though, has rewarded Dr. Joe Venglos' faith in the Australian international. The general atmosphere has calmed down considerably.
Surprised Rangers haven't gone to a back three, which normally Dick Advocaat would do. Celtic still playing with 2 up front, but whether to go with a 3, they would have a spare man at the back and also be able to push on another midfield player, because at the moment Celtic are just matching up in midfield.
Well, Celtic will get the throw here. Stubbs. Anoni. Alberts. And he was caught late.
Yeah, he just tries to play a square ball inside, and he's caught late by Rico Anoni. Fortunately, both his feet were off the ground.
Here's Claudio Reyna. Straight at Weghorst. The Great Dane. Finds the super Swede. It's tickled off Larsson's toes by Van Bronckhorst. An early goal in the second half would raise Celtic hopes, and how. Larsson. Scotland's Player of the Year. Stubbs won the header. Weghorst. Nice touch from Bratbat. Knocks an ice from Viduka. Claudio Reyna. Lambert. He's caught it outside of his area, Stuart Kerr. And under pressure from McCann, there's another big decision for Hugh Dallas to make here, because a handball outside the area, it's only a yellow card.
Well, he wanted too long on it here, and Neil McCann closes him down quickly. He wants 2 attempts at it. He comes up and I think he acts instinctively there. McCann does well to get to him as quickly as he did. Before Kerr knew the ball was in his hands.
Pure instinct from the keeper. It gives Herr Alberts a chance to plan something here.
Yeah, Giovanni Van Bronckhorst scored from a very similar position back in November in this fixture.
Russo also there, he likes to have a pop now and again. Normally from about 40 yards out, quite close for him. And Bronckhorst is away to the right. The Celtic wall ready to break. It's Amoruso! Oh, and somehow Kerr has managed to turn it over. I'm not quite sure how on earth that looped over.
Well, there's some save. It's well drilled in there by Amoruso. Stuart Kerr reacted very, very quickly, down low to his right. And he gets lucky there, it spins up over the crossbar. I wouldn't grudge him it after a save like that.
In comes the corner, which is well held by Kerr. He's had a busy couple of minutes. Rayner's header. Albert's offside, surely. But the referee will let Celtic get on with it. Good advantage played. Here's Reset. It might have been a good advantage. McCann, he's away here. Amato and Alberts are the men in the middle. McCann's cross, away by Anoni. It's going to come to Van Bronckhorst though, it's not going to sit down for him. He couldn't improvise. Claudio Reyna. Amato crunching challenge with Weghorst, and he's got the free kick.
Yeah, good footwork here from Gabriel Amato. And he came through a crunching tackle, first of all from Morten Weghorst, before being brought down by the Dane. Maybe signs of tiredness is creeping into Celtic's game now. They did a lot of chasing in that first half after they went down to 10 men.
Alberts and Van Bronckhorst conspiring here. It's going to be Van Bronckhorst to have a go. Hendry. Morten Weghorst encouraging Pratt back to make exactly the sort of run that he has, and that's a good cross shot, which is pushed away by Koss.
Yeah, it's the first time Rangers really have been caught with the ball in behind for Brad Back's pace. In behind Perini here, and he had to take it early, and that's a good effort. Bounced just in front of Stefan Klos, and the goalkeeper had no choice but to beat it away.
Can Celtic find a way back into this old firm derby? Stubbs. Oh, and here's McCann and Anoni. Enrico Anoni needed to win that duel.
Yeah, 4 blue jerseys in support of Neil McCann. Had he won it, critical challenge there from Enrico Anoni.
Amato. Referee has let Amato carry on. And Bronckhorst. Alberts. Vidmar might yet get in, and did in fact. Back losing out to Perini. Claudio Reyna. Amato. Rangers are finding space. Amato. No free kick that time. Stubbs having a little discussion with Amato about it as Larsson threatens. Now Viduka. Wonderful challenge from Alberts.
Yeah, he did well there. Marco Viduka's really struggled with the pace of this game tonight. And there are signs just of tiredness creeping in here.
McCann chasing with Scott Marshall, and McCann's in here! Oh, and Stuart Kerr!
It's a great reflex save with his left foot. McCann just too quick for Scott Marshall there. It's the route one ball from Amoruso in behind, and he's too persistent and just too quick for Scott Marshall, and Kerr does well with his left foot.
Meantime, back up the other end, it's going to be a free kick to Celtic. Duca proving to be a real handful. A giant Aussie. Celtic's free kick.
A very good one as well, just no takers.
Hendry has a disagreement with the barrier down there. Knowing Colin Hendry, I'm sure the barrier came off worst.
Well, he's keeping cool anyway. Martin Vikos, I think it was, who hit him here on the track. He trips, he just can't stop. Yeah, just a nudge there, and he trips over a cable and into the wall.
Sure they'll repair the wall later.
I just wonder how Stefan Mai's feeling, if he's up in the stand watching this now. We saw back in November just how much an ordering off can affect this game when Scott Wilson got his marching orders. There's no question in my mind that his sending off has changed this game completely, as Simon Donnelly is about to make an entrance.
Harold Brattband, the man who makes way. Simon Donnelly comes on for what could be his last Old Firm derby in the league. He's heading for Sheffield Wednesday in the summer. Amato. Celtic denied Rangers 10 titles in a row last season, of course. I think they took it rather personally. Wallace. Tripped by Weghorst, who claims he got the ball, and he's going to be summoned now to referee Hugh Dallas.
I think it's a harsh booking. My first impression was that he did take some of the ball here. Wallace was a yard up on him. I think the right foot did make contact with the ball there, but I think again it was his reaction that got him into trouble.
He's treading a thin line now. Alberts is going to have a long run up for this one. And he's gone for it. Ooh, he really wouldn't have wanted to get in the way of that. I think it was Lambert who did. Here's Amato. Going all the way through. Neil McCann. And again had a wild kick of it. An almighty scramble.
Yeah, Celtic stretched big time there in their own 6-yard box. Glorious chance for Neil McCann. The effort comes off Lambert, spins to Amato, and he does well here to get past Annoni. Weghorst makes the challenge. Stuart Kerr can't get there.
Here's Sergio Perini. Weghorst. Both teams scrapping furiously for the ball. It's a Rangers throw. And Dick Advocat quickly out. Alberts trying to size one up. Dragged it wide in the end, though.
Yeah, not his best. Space opened up in front of him. Alan Stubbs here tries to get across to him. And he drags it wide of the target. But George Alberts is getting the run of that left-hand side now. That makes all the difference when you have a man over.
Rangers on course to complete a century of league victories over Celtic in this famous fixture, which goes back over 100 years. Neil McCann. McCann is through here. He's past the keeper, and Neil McCann has clinched the championship for Rangers. It's 3-0. It's the magnificent McCann.
Yeah, his pace really has destroyed Celtic at times tonight. And I think it's Scott Marshall who was caught on the wrong side of him here. But there was still a lot of work to do. The ball's played through, Scott Marshall tries to win it, caught on the wrong side. McCann's quick enough to knock it past Kerr and roll the ball into the net. Still a fair bit of work for him to do here as Stuart Kerr came out to close him down, and he handled it beautifully. Celtic just caught short here at the back. Scott Marshall gambled, tried to win it in front of Neil McCann, was caught. And McCann did well.
Delight for Dick. 2 goals for Neil McCann. How ironic that the man who broke Rangers' hearts in the cup final last season as part of the Hearts team who beat Rangers should now seal glory for them in this title race. The race is over. Reset. Johansson. Rangers ready to enjoy themselves a little bit more, perhaps. Johansson.
Now Johansson could have played it in, chose not to. Waste a bit of time. And Neil McCann smiles on no one. And he's quick enough just to knock it past Stuart Kerr. He knows he can make up the ground. What a fine match Neil McCann has had tonight.
Van Bronckhorst with this Rangers corner. McCann on a hat-trick, of course, and Kerr got a touch to that. It'll be another corner.
Yeah, dangerous corner, swerving into the back post area there. Can't really blame Stuart Kerr at all tonight. Come into the team recently under difficult circumstances, and he's put a decent night.
In comes the corner. Celtic so depleted, of course, when you look at the injuries they have. They've got a great team sitting in the stands today, with the likes of Gould out, and Blinker and Burley and McNamara, McKinley, Mialby, Reaper, long-term casualty, of course, Tom Boyd suspended. It was always going to be an uphill struggle today, even more so after the first half sending off of Stefan Mahi. Rangers already have some silverware this season, the Scottish League Cup. They won't get their hands on another today because, understandably, the trophy will not be presented at Celtic Park. I'm sure it will be on show at Ibrox next week when Rangers play Hearts, and we'll be there. Derek McInnes is coming on for the last few minutes, and he's going to replace George Alberts.
That's 59,918. Thanks once again for your excellent support.
Alberts being replaced, scored a penalty, his 11th successful spot kick of the season, in between the 2 Neil McCann goals, and he kisses the badge, and Derek McInnes comes on to join what is becoming a mighty celebration.
A generous gesture, I think, by Dick Advocaat, letting Derek McInnes on for the last few moments of what is a historic occasion for Rangers tonight.
Larson over the top for Viduka, away by Hendry. Oh, reset, and Rod Wallace, and reset here, and it's turned ugly again. Reset certainly clapped it into Rod Wallace, and there's plenty of pushing and shoving going on now, and really they've got to try somehow to calm themselves down, but Hugh Dallas is going to have to produce more cards here, and Reset and Rod Wallace.
Yeah, it was a bad challenge by Vidar Reset on Rod Wallace, but it was the reaction of Wallace again that caused the problem here. Wallace just nicks it away. He's caught late by Reset, but it's a reaction, not dissimilar to Stefan Mai's. And after that, mayhem ensued. Perini is far too keen to get involved as well. And in fact, Wallace has been shown a red.
Rod Wallace sensationally sent off for his retaliation. Both teams are down to 10 men. Rod Wallace can hardly believe it. And after Stefan Mahi saw red in the first half, Rod Wallace sees it in the second half.
Well, it started a bad-tempered affair and it's finished that way as well. The last thing Hugh Dallas needed, sure he felt he was coasting towards a full-time whistle in a match that he would want to forget. And once again he's having to sort things out. He's over talking to his assistant at the moment. And once again there were far too many players on either side wanting to get involved.
Well, what a night it's been. Hugh Dallas is calling someone else to him now, and it's Enrico Annoni, and he's going to get a yellow card. So
well, Enrico Annoni reacted to Sergio Parini's willingness to get involved in the first place.
Duca. And that's going to be a free throw in fact, not a free kick.
Flattering challenge from Amoruso this. It's a smashing game Lorenzo Amoruso. And he knew he was in for a physical contest against Marco Viduka tonight, and he stood up to it well.
Vidal Reset was booked for his initial challenge on Rod Wallace in that incident. Here's Donnelly. And it's going to roll through to Stefan Klos.
Well, sadly, Hugh Dallas will be slaughtered tomorrow morning, Ian, because the referee just can't win in this fixture. You see it's 8 bookings for Celtic, 3 for, including 2 for Stefan Mai, 3 for Rangers, but I don't think any other referee could have handled this match tonight. The ultimate test, and Hugh Dallas has come through it magnificently.
Yellows brandished in all, and a red for Mahi and for Wallace. And Johansson won't be allowed to get away. He's called back for a foul. We're inside the last minute of normal time, and I think we can safely say this has been one of the more eventful Old Firm derbies, although they are always eventful.
Yeah, it also sets up a huge cup final on May 29 as well, after this.
And now, there's another problem here with Vidmar, and Vidal Reset's going to be sent off. It's a third red card. Reset and Vidmar down on the touchline. And another one is off.
Yeah, he knew he was going as well. Didn't hang around to debate it with Hugh Dallas. Sent off for the dressing room right away.
Well, I'm almost lost for words. It's the full-time whistle. Rangers are champions of Scotland. They've reclaimed the title from Celtic, and just to rub it in, their crowning moment comes on the ground of their fierce rivals. So many talking points in this game, though. Hugh Dallas, the referee, hit by a coin, needed stitches in a head wound. Fans rushed on the field. We got back to the football, and a polished performance from Rangers. Bert van Lingen and Dick Advocat hug each other. There were 3 red cards, and there were 3 goals for Rangers, who have completed stage 2 of a tantalising treble. Rangers' 100th league victory over Celtic has made them champions for the 48th time. Last season they missed out on the honours. It was their first trophyless campaign for 12 years. They responded by spending well over £30 million on a new team. A multinational, multi-talented, multi-million-pound side. In 1967, Celtic clinched the title with a draw at Ibrox. 32 years on, Rangers have won it at Celtic Park, and right now their fans probably feel that it was worth the wait. Neil McCann, the two-goal hero, and he was an inspiration. Last season, a Dutchman steered Celtic to the Scottish title. This season, a Dutchman has steered Rangers to the Scottish title.
In that Ibrox dressing room, he really has emerged as a key Rangers player.
A huddle from the Rangers players then. There's a party about to begin across half of Glasgow tonight. These two teams, Celtic and Rangers, have been at each other for well over 100 years, and they're not about to stop now. They'll meet again, of course, at the end of the month in the Scottish Cup final, when Rangers will hope to seal a tremendous treble. They have the Scottish League Cup, they have the new Scottish Premier League trophy. Next, they go up for the cup, the Scottish Cup. An evening to remember for many reasons. It finishes Celtic 0, Rangers 3.